Hello, online crew. How you going? Likes and followers. I had to think about what I was going to say there. Are they important to your business? Is it really something that you need to concentrate on in relation to, chasing likes for your page, for your posts, getting followers? Is it something that you really need to pay attention to in relation to growing your business online? So that's what I'm going to talk about today because it's a really important topic. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Olive. Great to see you guys jumping on. Say hello. Give me the palm tree emoji as you are coming in there. Hey, Carol. Hi, Edith. Lovely to see you all. So if we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. Hey, Rob. Hey, Jen. How are you? Great to see you on live. Hey, Barbara. So yeah, keep saying hello as you are jumping in. And hello, Mel. And the palm tree emoji is our mascot here for our community. So as I said, if we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. Hello, Sean. How are you? And we have the most awesome community here of home-based business owners. Hello, Judy and Bob. Entrepreneurs, small business owners, direct sellers, those in MLM, network marketing. We are here to learn how to leverage social media to build our business with modern online strategies. We don't want to chase anybody about our business. We don't want to convince anybody to buy our products, services, or join us in our business. We truly want to attract people to us by using online strategies. And isn't this online platform that we are on right now called Facebook changing? There are so many changes that have happened in the last week. If you're not aware, catch some of my Facebook lives from last week. One of the things that hopefully you're aware of or you've heard somewhere around the traps in the last week is that groups is now the heart of Facebook. So small groups is, that's been specifically said, small groups is specifically a main focus area for Facebook. Thank you, Crystal. It's just getting a bit chilly. Like a lot of you guys are warming up. We're getting a bit cold down here, down under. And I forgot my train of thought again. What was I saying, guys? A lot of changes. Small groups is a focus. If you want to know whether you should start a group, whether you should be launching a group, how to run an effective group, how to start a group, how to set up a group, all the features of a group, maybe you've got a dead group that you want to resurrect, then please join us today and the next couple of days for my groups bootcamp. We are starting in less than 45 minutes. In my coaching community, where are my online crew leaders? Put the cruise ship down below, guys. Let me know that you are here, leaders. That's the mascot that we have. So Sean's noticed some changes. I see a lot happening on the iPhone, absolutely. So my online crew leaders, their mascot is the little cruise ship. So put it down below, guys. Where are my online crew leaders? And if you're part of my free Facebook group, that is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. And we have a little fishy mascot for those people. So if you're in all three, put the palm tree, the fish, and the cruise ship down below. But if you'd like to join us for the groups bootcamp, so yeah, less than 45 minutes, we'll be starting day 1. Tomorrow will be day 2. Then we'll go on to day 3. Feel free to join us in my online crew coaching community. So you can go to helenmartinonline.com/groups and you can find the information that you need to join the groups bootcamp and my coaching community. So let's talk about likes and followers. A lot of people get caught up in likes and, followers, but I'm telling you, there's 5 major areas that I'm going to point out on this video today that you may not be aware of that is really changing the importance of likes and, followers and, even, likes and loves, those kind of instant sort of gratification measures that a lot of people hang their social media presence and success on is the numbers of that. So I just want to list off 5 quick things that, have changed lately that's going to change the focus on this that you need to be aware of because you need to know what to focus on in your business. And I'm telling you now, chasing likes and followers is not it anymore. And there's good reasons for that. Hey, Marion, how are you? Great to see you on live. There's something that's happened in the last few weeks, which is a huge indication from Facebook in where they sit with this. They have sued a company that has a program that sells mass likes. I don't know if you guys have heard of this before. I have mentioned it before, but you can buy this little course, pay a couple of $100, and they teach you how to get mass likes. So you could start a business page, have, virtually no one there, do this course, pay a couple of $100, and they teach you a strategy to get 10,000 people in about 3 days. So people have found that very attractive in the past because it's a vanity measure that people get caught up with and think, well, if people see that I've got all these people on my page, it'll be perceived that I'm really popular and successful, and that will boost my business. It couldn't be any further from the truth, guys. I've spoken to students that didn't know better, so they've done it what they thought for the right reasons, but it hasn't been the right reasons, and it's killed their organic reach. It's killed their Facebook algorithm, and they've had to spend hours and hours and hours taking people off, that liked from these campaigns and removing them from their page because they're mainly from non-English speaking countries that are, paid to do it. They will never engage on your page. They'll never listen to your live videos. They'll never comment or, be a real customer. Yeah, they do it on Instagram as well, Rob. So it's really, really damaging for your business. So Facebook has cracked down and said, we are not going to support any kind of activity like that. And they're suing the companies that are doing this. So there's one huge indication to you that, boosting particularly fake likes. So I'm not just talking about fake likes. I'm talking about likes and followers in general. But that is just... Big, no. And it actually does you more damage. And I've seen that with students that I've mentored that have done it, and they've had to backtrack big time to get the algorithm working for them, again in the future. So, hey, Patricia, how are you? Credit to Facebook for cracking down on that kind of activity that's just, it's all false. It creates false people, false accounts, false image, false impression of someone's business. But at the end of the day, it actually kills the algorithm for the person using it. So that's one thing that's happened. Another thing that's happened, this has come out of the changes from last week, the F8 Developers Conference from Facebook. So they announced that, and this is, you may have even seen it now, those of you are on Instagram. If not, it'll be rolling out to more people. They are actually eliminating showing likes on photos on Instagram, except for the creator of the image, the post. That is huge. Now, Facebook owns Instagram. So this is where they're starting. They've recognized that the amount of likes on, photos on Instagram is not something they see as important anymore, apart from the creator of the post who might like to see themselves. But for everybody else, they're removing that, what we call a vanity measure, because they just don't see it as important anymore. So that's a really big move that's happening on Instagram. Generally, what we see happen on Instagram moves into Facebook. They do their testing, a lot of testing on Instagram, and it moves over to Facebook. It will be very interesting to see in the future if, the average person cannot see the amount of, likes on a post other than the creator. What do you think about that? Do you think that's really interesting? Because there's a lot of people on Instagram and Facebook that go by, the number of likes that they've got on a post is their measure whether they're successful or not. So by removing that measure, it's not in the equation. So that is a very, very bold move by Facebook for Instagram. So it'll be interesting to see if that rolls into Facebook sometime, in the future. The other thing that Facebook announced last week at their conference was huge amounts of anti-bullying measures and things that they're bringing into Facebook, words that they're going to capture by, bots in the background, and a whole lot of changes to do with sort of anti-bullying and things like that. Facebook has been criticized largely for things like, online bullying and, trolls and, suicide and things like that. So they're huge issues, and one of the main reasons, hi Michael, to have the push towards a privacy. As I told you last week, Facebook announced one of Mark Zuckerberg's first words in his opening sort of speech for the conference is the future is private. One of the reasons for that push is, when things aren't private and people can bully each other, and that can cause to anxiety and depression and suicide and things like that. Facebook's been huge in the firing line for things like that. So they recognize that things like fake measures of importance and what people look up to in relation to social status and stuff like that even involves likes and followers on social media platforms. So there's another indication they're really tightening up and taking control of anything to do with, online bullying and things that create measures of false image and image problems and stuff like that. Hence, starting with the removal of likes on Instagram. You guys following me? Do you find this interesting for yourself? Because what this really means for you is really concentrating on what's important in your business to get traction online. And a lot of people, too many people, focus on how many like their posts. I'm sure you've done that. I've done that before. Like, you put a post up and it's like, oh, they got so many more likes than another post. So it's your gauge. It's your gauge as to, what's popular or not, or, whether you're putting good content out or not. You look at that. Don't tell me you don't, because I know that you do. We all do to some degree. But Facebook's making a stand and saying, we don't really care how many people sort of like your content or follow you. It's not what we're about. We're about creating a sense of community and building relationships and creating a social, not an image platform, a social platform. You with me, guys? Do you understand? If you do, just let me know your thoughts, down there, whether, you think this is a good thing, or not. So, all the anti-bullying and image and social status and stuff like that, they're trying to make measures to remove all of that, particularly for the younger generation. The fourth thing is, along the lines of what I've said before, is the fact that numbers are just a vanity measure. So Facebook doesn't want us to think that we're doing a good job on social media just by the numbers of likes or followers that we get on a post or on a page. What they've openly said, that's all about engagement and interaction. They don't care how many likes that you have on certain things. They care about your engagement. There is a rating process in the algorithm, and there's certain things that make up what gets more exposure and what gets less exposure. So a couple of those things that are in those measures are conversations. So not just one word, let me know where you're coming from. And, you say Australia or UK or US or something like that. That's not true engagement to Facebook. So what they're looking for is length of words. So that's a measure. They're looking for conversations and true interaction, not just yes, no, or value, or, those kind of words that we use on social media. It's truly somebody having something impactful to say. Like, some of you guys are really good at You know, I love reading your comments, particularly after a live, because I don't always get to see them when I'm talking, because I'm trying to look at the dot and the comments are over here and I can't read them, and occasionally something will catch my eye. But I love some of the comments that you guys put down with what you're thinking and what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and stuff like that. And that's the kind of thing that Facebook will reward, because you're actually having like a meaningful discussion. And if I go back, Judy, so is a likes campaign going to be gone? Oh, don't confuse it with a likes campaign. So a likes campaign is very different to buying bulk likes. So a very good question, Judy and Bob, and I should have probably clarified that in the beginning. The lawsuit is against a company selling bulk likes. So like what I said before, I'm not sure where you jumped on, but you can buy a process to get 10,000 likes in 3 days. So that's not like a likes campaign is legitimate, and you are asking Facebook to find you legitimate people who you know, that meet your target market to come and like your material. So that's okay. Don't worry about, please don't panic about anybody doing a likes campaign. They are still a very good thing. The company that Facebook is suing, as I said, are doing dodgy practices and buying you fake likes. That's the difference. A likes campaign is genuine people pushing a button, choosing to like your page. Buying bulk likes, they're fake likes. They're not real people. It's just completely fake. So thank you for raising that, Judy and Bob, because that's important clarification. I don't want anybody of you guys to think that likes campaign is not a good thing to do in the future. Your likes campaigns are absolutely safe, okay? So... oh, Carol, thank you for the clarification. I'm doing a likes campaign. Don't panic about your likes campaign. They are legitimate people choosing to legitimately like your page. Very different from companies that are selling these bulk likes. Hey, Yvonne, how are you? Lovely to see you on. Okay, good. You've got it. Awesome. So like words, asking people questions, what are your thoughts around that? Actually having engagement and interaction on your Facebook page is what Facebook is after. And the speed. So the speed of which that happens. So if I go live and you comment and I have time, which I often don't do, and I've mentioned this before, how much it bugs me when I can't get back on a live straight away and interact with your comments, because it hurts my algorithm when I don't. When you go live and people comment, you want to comment, like have the time straight after you're live to go back and interact with those people. And even if you can ask a question and it creates a little conversation in that first hour and a half of you doing a post or a Facebook Live, that's what Facebook is going to favor. So speed of interaction as well as length of interaction is a couple of things that Facebook is really looking for. The fact that a whole lot of people might like my Facebook Live, Facebook doesn't care about. And I'm telling you, it's better to have like 1,000 people on your page that are all fully engaged than 10,000 people on your page that do nothing. So the vanity measure is 1,000 versus 10,000, but it doesn't mean anything, guys. It's the interaction, it's the engagement, it's the following, it's the value that you put out to get the engagement and the interaction that is important to the Facebook algorithm. So you following me? Yeah, if you're following me, got to get used to new language, Helen, new language. Share your thoughts down there. It's such a change to get used to not using words that we're not meant to before. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's called engagement baiting, and I did a Facebook Live on that last week. Crystal, I was advised against doing a likes campaign, but we talked about that, Helen. There's nothing better than a likes campaign. Everybody has varying views on Facebook. We've all got to work out what's right and wrong. And in saying that, you know, sometimes there is no right and wrong. It comes down to everything. Everything comes down to who you are, what your brand is, and what value you're giving to people on whatever social media platform you choose. Your following, your vibe, the value that you bring to people, the passion that you have in whatever you're talking about will attract people to you. Irrespective of the algorithm, irrespective of, I mean, yes, there are important things to know, but you can know all of that stuff But unless you're showing up, unless you're being consistent, unless you're doing lives, unless you're giving really good value to your exact target market so you know who you're talking to and what problems you're solving for them, it doesn't matter. So don't get too tied up in, obviously it's important to know, and I'll share all these changes and what the focus is, and I'm sharing with you today, likes and followers is not your focus. Engagement and interaction is. How do you get engagement, interaction? Give good material. Care. Be a human being. Be authentic. Be real. Be you. Don't try to be somebody you're not. If you're confused with what you're doing online, people around you will be confused. They won't follow you, or they might come, but they'll go because they don't really know what you stand for or what you're about. If you talk about here, this, that, and everything. So, yeah, there's a lot to learn about social media. But if you're truly passionate about what you're about and you give good value out in the marketplace, you'll find those people that will engage and interact with you. Just manage your expectations on how long that's going to take. Because it often takes a little bit longer than we might think. But you are perfectly positioned. If you have a business page, there is no more better time, not necessarily the best English there, but now is a very good time to be building a business page with all the changes that Facebook is bringing out. Having a focus on small groups, which I'm covering in my boot camp in the next 3 days. So big, focus there. And there was an announcement 2 days ago, which I'll talk about in the next couple of days, regarding those of you that are creating videos and the ranking that they're going to give people and the increased exposure they're going to give people, the increased exposure that they're going to give people doing videos on business pages. Like, it's all changing, guys, and it all revolves around a business page. So likes campaigns are a really good thing to grow your following, and this is where you're going to get exposure long term on social media with building your business, because personal profiles are moving back to, it won't happen overnight, but they really want personal profiles back in lockdown. They really want this privacy issue, so there's no issues of bullying and all that kind of thing. And so if you want exposure, from live videos and those kind of things, then a business page is where you need to be. Crystal, I ask a lot of questions on my lives as well as acknowledging people's comments, and it's so important. So as I was saying before, when you do a live video and you get comments, you can acknowledge them on the screen. If you get distracted like I do sometimes, then sometimes you can sort of refer to that or go back to that, but it is a lot better for these measures that they use to give your Facebook algorithm a boost or not, is engagement, interaction, and the speed of that when you do a post, whether that's a static post or a live video, those kind of things, okay? So they're the things that you need to be aware of, not likes and followers. The last one, and I alluded to it just before, is the engagement baiting restrictions. That is another sign that Facebook is going, we don't want you to entice people to like something. We don't want you to bait people to comment. We want genuine, real connections and relationships being built, preferably moving them to communities, small groups, and that's what we're going to favor in Facebook moving forward. So with the engagement baiting restrictions, if you haven't caught my live regarding that sort of last week about that and you're not sure what that is, and I'll kill my video again by doing this. It's difficult when you're trying to teach it and you need to say the words to teach you what I mean, and then you kill your own video in the process. But it's okay, you guys are more important that are listening right now or on the replay, is that we can't now anymore, because your organic reach will just die in the behind. That's what Facebook is telling us. If you do these particular things, we will limit your organic reach. And that's doing things like comment below. So don't say those words, although I've just said them. So if you agree with this, comment the word agree down below. They don't want those kind of things moving forward. If you think that you've got any of your friends that this would be a beneficial message for, make sure you tag them below or press the share button down below. They don't want us to do that anymore. So they consider that as you baiting people to take an action, whereas they want people to take an action off their own accord. Okay, so I hope that makes sense as to what engagement baiting is. It's not new. That one's been around since 2017, but they've just increased the restrictions to be on live video. So they're voice tracking it as well as in the written form now. So it's a lot more stringent than it was before because they're now tracking voice on live videos for those kind of words that I just told you that I shouldn't have told you because my organic reach on this video will be shot now, you know, those kind of things. So that's what engagement baiting means. So you take all of that into consideration. The lawsuit that I mentioned, the removing likes off photos off Instagram, the anti-bullying measures that they're bringing into place, the emphasis on not vanity measures of likes and followers, but engagement, interaction, and in the first 90 minutes of anything that you post or go live is, you know, where, you know, the algorithm gets favored. And the last one, the engagement baiting restrictions, which are already sort of here and in place. You look at all of that. And that's a very clear indication that Facebook doesn't care about your likes or your followers. It cares about somebody's social media experience. So it's not a tick, it's not a number, it's not a vanity measure. It's about somebody's interaction, experience, connection, and engagement, you know, on social media. So is that all very clear to you? If it is, think about it, Helen. Let me know down there. For those of you in my coaching community, my online crew leaders, we've got a post with a whole lot of information about different words to use, and I've still got to remember all of them myself. So, you know, we've got some help for you guys that are online crew leaders in my coaching community regarding that, because I don't know about you guys if you're doing lives at the moment, but it's really hard to break the habit of saying those kind of things that we've been taught to say, you know, on live video. And I'll just sort of end with, stay tuned this week, guys, because there was an announcement 2 days ago regarding the importance of video creation and the changes that they're giving to people that are doing videos and the purpose of that on business pages. It's very exciting because we've often battled, those of us that have been around for a little while doing this, we've always battled, and some of you will share this struggle with me, we've battled the organic reach on business pages. And some people say, don't do a business page because it's pay to play. Like, I get so much more interaction on my personal page than I do on my business page. So I prefer to go live over there because I don't get it over here. And it's vanity measures. I mean, it could be engagement and interaction, but it may not be your target market. They're moving towards personal profiles being backed in lockdown, privacy, moving people into Messenger. There's going to be like this whole new Messenger feed where I saw an image yesterday. It was really weird. So it was in Messenger, but there were like little tiles, you know, like the stories, I sort of call them tiles. I think that's what they're calling them, or I just made it up, one or the other. So in Messenger, there'll be tiles and they'll have your friends' names on it, the people that you engage with the most. And so you can click on the tile and see their information, but it's going to be in Messenger. Like, it's not going to be on the normal news feed. I'm not quite sure how it's all playing out, but it's all like person to person, personal profiles is all moving towards sort of a messenger platform and privacy. So if you want to build your business on social media, you got to get your business page going, guys. And you want to be doing Facebook Lives because they're going to be giving more exposure and benefit and ranking to those that are doing videos on business page. And this is something that those of you that have got business pages, we've been longing for this for a while, to get more exposure on business pages. So it's coming. So don't worry about likes and followers. Yes, you want them. You want to grow them. And yes, still run your likes campaign. Guys, those of you that are running them, I still run one. So don't get me wrong. I hope you haven't misinterpreted what I've said there. You still want to run a likes campaign and get quality people to grow your audience on your business page. But as far as your posts and your lives and things like that, don't measure your success on social media by that vanity measure of likes and followers, okay? It's not what's important these days. It's about creating true relationships. And once you've got a sense of community and relationships, you can move into a small group and build on that. And Facebook will even love you even more for creating that. So groups are going to get much more exposure than they have previously, and it's a huge focus point. So those of you in my online crew coaching community will be talking more about that in 15 minutes, guys. We will be over there. So I need to get off this live so I can get ready for the groups bootcamp. It's not too late to join. Any of you listening, just go to helenmartinonline.com/groups, and that'll show you how to get into the groups bootcamp and my coaching community. So was that helpful? Can you let me know? Oh, there's a whole lot of comments here I didn't see. Quality over quantity. That is right, Crystal. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Hey, Chinta, how are you? That's what I laughed about. I'm going to do that one. Mel, yes, so happy that I learnt the new changes first instead of relearning. So if we have likes from overseas that don't engage, how do we remove them? Don't worry about those little things, Carol, honestly. That's not a good focus point for, or unless you've, like if they've come through a likes campaign, don't worry about it. If there's, any kind of, you can go through the people that like your page if you want. You just go into your settings and have a little poke around in your settings, and you can find the people that like your page. You can go through them and get them off your page. So there is a process that you can go through. But please, guys, don't worry. Don't pull apart everybody that's on your page, likes your page, or whatever. It's not a good use of your time. Putting really good value into your page and good content creation is a better use of your time. Okay, sorry, hey Tammy, how are you? It's hard to change how we talk with our online crew. Yeah, it's difficult to change language when it's been learnt. Okay, very hard to learn the new language. I'm struggling with it, you guys can see that. You got to think twice before you speak. You do, Patricia, but we just need a new normal. It'll just take time like anything. I only learnt to say what I said when I did live video, so I've just got to learn new language as you guys do. So the more we do it, it'll just become new language. It'll become our new normal in a very short space of time, I'm sure. Barbara, thank you, Helen. Very much appreciated. As in confusing as to what to say, it is, but we'll all get there. Sorry, I can't keep up with your comments. Hey Donna, how are you? I'm on late. That sounds interesting. No worries. I will go back to your comments. I've got to get on the boot camp now, the groups boot camp, but I will certainly, any questions that were there that I've missed, I'll certainly go back to those and have a look and answer them for you a little bit later. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope you found that it's just a little bit of thought-provoking as to where you should concentrate your efforts moving forward in your business, and it's not chasing likes. Don't measure the success of your business by looking at the number of likes on your posts or your videos. Yes, it's a guide, but it's not really where you want to be concentrating, okay? So I will see my online crew leaders in the group in a moment for day 1 of our groups bootcamp. I've got all the latest updates to share with you over there, and I will see the rest of you at the same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. Okay, guys, bye.